Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. This show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, welcome.
I was looking through, you know how Facebook does the every day is like, oh, your memories, what happened on Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
and then it shows you.
Yeah.
Which has become me going through, now I check it every day, and it's like, okay, what do I need to delete from what things that I've said in the past?
Exactly. What did I do?
So, and I know one came back and was like, because we've had Facebook since probably when it first came out. That's how old we are.
Yeah,
We're old now?
What?
We're old. So, I was such just a love-struck douchebag. And I was looking back and was like, oh, I spent the weekend in San Francisco with Kristen, and oh my gosh, I love her so much. I'm like, was writing this, and I'm reading it, and I'm just cringing, like, oh my God, this is horrible.
No.
And I showed her, I was like, you have to read this. And she's like, oh, that's sweet. You were in love. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I'm like, I can't believe I put this out here. If I saw someone doing this, I would punch them.
Or shame them.
Yeah,
shame them online.
Shame them.
Online shaming.
And now I'm like, ooh, I wonder if that could get me fired. I better delete this. Or
Yeah.
just stupid stuff that I would just say, like, oh, I'm so full from Thanksgiving. Like,
Crickets?
yeah. And obviously no likes, no comments, nothing. So it's football, Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
Yes.
Now, Cern, you and I in the past have potentially under the influence of alcohol
That's it. Yep.
gone Black Friday shopping.
Yes.
And we were just speaking about this earlier about how, I mean, we went, 4 or 5 years ago, and as soon as they would let you in to Target, you would dead sprint. Cern would run blocker.
Yep.
And I would just go to like, okay, we had it planned out. We had the ad.
I ran
okay,
fullback.
Chip's getting this 40-inch TV. It's, $600. It's going to be here. And Target, they still give you a map and everything?
No, see, I showed up late. I showed up before the door. I didn't bust the door.
You didn't bust the door.
The door's already wide open when I walked in.
And I let me know if you agree with me, but I feel Black Friday's kind of lost some of its luster. It's not as exciting as it used to be in the past.
No, I think a lot of it has to do with online.
Oh, the Cyber Monday and...
Well, and some of it's doorbuster or online. Like, well,
okay.
Fuck it.
Like, yeah.
Down here, it was 31 degrees last night.
Oh, Jesus. I did a run yesterday in Turkey Trot. And, in San Francisco, there's like a 10-degree temperature swing from morning until night. Here, it's like 40 degrees.
Yeah.
It's fucking, I couldn't even, and I've lived here for 20 years and I can't revert back to how I was. But so you went to Target and I know they were being crazy. It used to be like, okay, we're open at midnight. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. You can get a nap in, try to sleep off a little bit of the, 2 bottles of red wine you had.
Which we've done. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I think you were sleeping in the parking lot.
I was.
On the ground, yeah.
And that was after I urinated on the side of the building. But I allegedly urinated.
Yeah.
So that, it opens at 8 or midnight or something. And then now, last year it opened it opened at like 4 p.m. on Thanksgiving. And I think there's a big kind of uprising, I feel. Did you?
I can't remember. There's a lot I can't remember.
Yeah.
Talk about those drinking days on the podcast.
So you went at what time? Where did you go? Give us the rundown, Cern.
We went to Target. So we had Thanksgiving at my parents' house.
Okay.
And then we left, and Target opened up at 6. And I think by the time we drove back into where I live in Folsom, went to the Target there, and it was 6:30.
Okay.
Which old Black Friday rules. That's why I just go fucking home.
Yeah.
Half hour late, go home.
Oh, the line should be literally down the side of the building, around like a quarter mile long.
Yeah. But nope, walked right in like it was just regular business hours. And walked down the the aisle where they have all the TVs staged. TVs galore still.
And are they still doing this? Like, you don't go to the TV area anymore. They have them, like,
staged
where
next to the clothes.
sweatpants are or something.
Yeah, they still did that.
Yeah. And so there's no line, no
pushing, no shoving.
No one got trampled?
No.
Okay. This is not as exciting.
No. And you know what? Joe?
Yes.
Texted me and said it's disappointing to him because there's no tailgating anymore.
That's true. We used to bring the holiday cheer with us, I think, when we would go, right? We would, yeah. And, yeah, I mean, we had this whole thing that you would bring your lawn chairs out there, blankets. People would be making coffee runs. We'd be crushing tall cans out there, like preparing, quote unquote, for like to make a mad dash for this TV. And, you know, I was thinking too, well, maybe is it not, we don't care as much because the hassle of like moving your sobriety up into Thanksgiving, trying to be sober because we have to drive or we can't, you know. Anyway, you got to get there to save on a 50-inch TV now. How much you saving? $200, $300?
Yeah, it's not the deal that was originally.
Right. The deals aren't as deep. Maybe we're making more money than nothing, which we were making before.
Yeah.
So it's like,
was nothing.
For a couple $100, I would maybe shop around, maybe get a little bit better TV. Yeah. I don't need to go fucking with this crazy nonsense that's freezing my ass off out there. I had some wine last night.
How was it?
Let's see. Which one? Which bottle?
Yeah. Okay, on the same boat.
Yeah, so, yeah, and, we had someone, like, we had probably 8 bottles of wine out and some champagne. And someone came over. I won't name names. As in the past, we probably would have just fucking blew their shit up.
Name,
yeah. But they come over and like,
well, we probably named names. We had nothing to lose. Go ahead and zoom in.
Right.
You know, you'll still owe me money. But.
Yeah, I'm overdraft right now, motherfucker. Now me and Cerny were like, hold on, how much FDIC insurance do you have? We're a little more concerned.
Okay. Go on.
But they come over and they're like, I got this wine. I've had it in my cellar for 2 years, and you should only be drinking this year of wine, a vintage and everything.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you know, I have many bottles of wine at my house, and I know the difference between a Pinot and a Cab. But, we have 2 or 3 bottles of red wine open, and he brings over one. Granted, yes, we didn't have a Pinot open, but we had a Syrah open.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Pops it open, starts pouring it. I'm like, motherfucker, we have 2 bottles open. And now, after everyone left, we still have open bottles. They didn't. You got to work down other ones. And then I noticed how much it cost, and I said, okay, I'll drink this stuff. But,
Googled it?
Yeah. I am the proud owner of a newborn baby. Mm-hmm. My first.
Uh-huh.
Oof. And sleeping is not something you get a lot of. I'm Cerny, you've went through this already.
Yes. My guy's 3.
Yeah. And like, I think 3 is a cool age. Now, 5 years ago, I never thought we'd be talking about kids.
I know.
But today I came in and I told Cerny.
Our bar trip.
You're right. Yeah.
We're going this time. We already went there last week. God damn it.
Send us your titties. While you're there, take a picture of your fucking snatch. I don't want to see that pussy. But now we're talking about, I came over and I'm like, Cerny, I had the first thing, my wife, bless her heart, shoddy at diaper installation.
Okay.
A little too loose.
Okay.
And I'm holding the kid, and, you know, you could feel...
No, that was me.
You were a loose diaper person.
Yes.
I'm a tight, like, when I cinch up the side, I hear... like, okay, good. Nothing's getting out of here. This is all self-sealed in here.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I feel the fart, poop come out. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like patting the back. Okay. How you doing? Oh, yeah, good. Like, what's a little moist? And I look at the back of her shirt, and there's duty. Liquid duties have made it up. So I had one that shot out of the diaper up the back.
Yep.
So I'm dealing with this crisis. The first time it happened. And I put her down. Shit is literally all over the place. It's in her hair somehow. And you're like taking the onesie off, which those aren't easy. Why don't they have zippers? Oh, I guess they could choke on them. Okay.
That's true. Okay. I was thinking, that's a good
yeah.
point.
Or snaps. Do the snaps. Yeah, the snap onesie thing. Anyway. So I'm pulling the thing up it's smearing poop into her, like her hair, all the way up her back, and I'm like having to flip her over. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like holding her up, this naked baby, and then she starts to piss on me, which also hasn't happened. And I said, I wish your mom would do this. I've asked her so many times, but she just won't. So I got shit and pissed on for the first time. And I didn't ask. Yeah, I didn't ask for it. As parents, I felt extremely old.
Uh-oh.
Your parents, remember growing up, don't have sex. No sex. Nope. Don't get your dick out of there. Don't put it in there. Don't close your pocketbook, ladies. Don't let people in your bearded clam. And then as soon as you're married, it's like, can you start fucking to get us grandkids? It's like you spent 20 years of my life telling me not to fuck, and then within an afternoon of a wedding, you want me to start fucking to impregnate my wife.
Why is there no baby?
We used to do the opening night thing.
Dark Knight.
Oh, yes, Batman for sure is a big one. Now, remember when we tried to see X-Men on opening night?
Yes.
And we didn't get in line, but...
We bought the tickets.
Okay.
And then we went to eat, remember?
No.
we bought tickets, and then we
went to Chili's or something.
We thought we were good. We bought our tickets.
Yeah.
But then we had to wait in line, and...
We got burned.
We tried to say we...
Didn't we say we had to go to the bathroom?
Yes.
And then we went... Because the way the thing works... Now, if you're listening and you're a movie ticket taker, no offense, but sometimes not the sharpest tools in the shed.
No.
So, in order to actually get in the theater, like, to take your ticket is...
Sometimes I'm the dullest.
Yeah. You just get your ticket ripped, and you're free. You can go into the theater. You can go to whatever movie you want.
Yes.
And the bathroom lies beyond this wall.
Ah, yes.
So we said, we just have to go to the bathroom. And he said, okay. And I think they ripped our ticket, or they didn't. So we went to the bathroom. And then I tried to just say, cool, I'll just head right to see Wolverine.
Exactly.
Or X-Men. And I remember walking off. And CERN, you had been captured or something? They were onto us by then.
Yeah. He said, hey, no, stop. And I was like, take a few more steps. He said, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
And I stopped. I was like, okay.
And I think
where's your friend going? I was like,
I don't know him. You guys are both wearing the same shirt? I don't know.
Remember? We were arguing with him before, remember? That's why he remembered us. Because we were saying, what do you mean? We bought our fucking tickets. We can't. You gotta wait in line. Fuck that. I remember the whole guy. Yeah.
So we could have probably got in, but we drew too much attention to ourselves by spouting off.
Lesson learned.
Shocking.
Lesson learned.
Shocking.
Because your wife, who did not go up there and make a stink, remember, she got to slide on in.
Fuck. And I remember walking, and it was one of these things of like, I'm sure they tell you when you're trying to steal something, just take it and walk and never stop. Just go into the parking lot, right?
Yeah.
Not that we condone stealing. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I had the same mindset. So I left the bathroom. I'm like, okay, go. You're going right to Theater 7. That's where X-Men's playing. Start walking. And then I hear, Chip, where are you going? Chip? I'm like, fucking Cerny. I'm on my way. I'm trying to get X-Men. And I look around, and Mr. Manager's standing there next to Cerny.
Yeah.
And our cover's blown.
I was like, well, I don't want to get tossed out.
We did. And this is when $20 is a big nut. Or whatever it was.
Yeah. Whatever it was a bridge too far.
Yeah. Did we end up getting in? We did, right?
Yeah.
Or we had to sit in the front row or something?
Your wife scored some seats. Remember? We just had to wait out in line with all the rest of the
Bless her heart. Bless her heart. We went to one of my friends had us over for dinner, and we brought the little kid over, and him and his wife, his new wife, bought these like fucking mall Santa quality suits, Mrs. Claus and Santa.
Oh, boy.
You know the cheap ones you get that are like red felt? These ones are velvet, like crushed velvet, like a really good beard. I would guess it's probably like at least $200 or something for this thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, she's going to have you working like JCPenney's to pay the suit back.
Oh, yeah.
So he goes, oh, Santa, and they're like, oh, you're a little girl, and I mean, I hadn't seriously thought about this for a while, and I just, you've known me for a while, sir. And sometimes I don't think before I talk, and I just open my mouth.
Okay.
And I said, we're thinking, we don't know if we're really going to tell her about Santa. The fucking looks that I got, it was like, I might have said like, you know what, Hitler wasn't that bad of a guy. Like, he was all right. Like, this is the fucking looks. I was like, mouth agape, staring at me.
Oh, okay.
They were like, oh, I don't know if we could be friends if you do that. like, Jesus, I just
Friendship over. This is a deal breaker.
really talk about Santa, and we don't do the elf on the shelf and all this stuff, but like,
okay, let me just give you a word of advice.
let me hear the elf on the shelf thing, because I said the words and I saw the grimace on your face.
My wife, who will be listening,
Okay.
started this. You started this. It is a pain in the fucking ass, because you have to remember every night he comes alive December 1st, and he fucks around and does shit.
He's a little Barbie doll of sorts, but an elf.
Stuffed elf, yeah.
And what's the premise behind him exactly?
In the month of December, he comes alive and does whatever. Naughty stuff, funny stuff, hides throughout the house.
Now, we've seen the pictures on Facebook, like him shitting a Hershey Kiss out, or like doing a bunch of Coke, or fucking a bunch of Barbies. Like, that part seems fun. But so every starting
night,
in December,
he's supposed to come alive and do stuff.
Now, do you kind of hide him a little bit? Like, do the kids run around and try to find?
Yeah, that's
where
mostly
he is?
what, the first day, I think he brought donuts or something for the kids, and then he does a lot of hiding and stuff like that. But there's been a lot of times where I've walked downstairs and, oh shit, I forgot to hide him. You just fucking throw him before the kids come down. They're coming down the stairs. You just throw them in the bathroom or something.
So that's what I hear a lot. And what's the rule about if you touch him, or is he a direct line back to the big man in the North Pole?
I've heard that rule. I didn't tell the kids that rule because I don't.
Now, did you hear about the girl that called 911?
No.
Because she touched Elf on the Shelf. And she called 911 to say, like, right here, little girl calls 911. Okay. Here we go. Officer 504 to headquarters. Go ahead, 504. Isabella apologized. She touched Elf on the Shelf. She won't call 911 again. So she called 911 and hung up, or she said, I was sorry or something about calling, or about touching the elf.
Oh.
And they sent squad cars out because, if a kid calls 911, you can't not go. And she was, let's see, the cops still came to the house to check on her, and she was freaking out, crying hysterically, and started panicking. The mom was napping during the whole thing. So mom's asleep. She goes and touches the elf, knocks him over. Who knows what happened? She freaks out thinking she's not going to get a Christmas and calls 911.
See, we didn't do that.
It sounds like that's a good rule to implement.
But it's still a pain in the ass. A pain.
So Steve Harvey is this big, jovial black guy who hosts Family Feud now. He's like the 7th host of Family Feud.
Yeah, wasn't he on the, what the fuck was it? The Kings of Comedy or whatever?
And the Steve Harvey Show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who can forget about that?
Let me see here.
Kings of Comedy, I believe, with Cedric the Entertainer, Bernie Mac.
Oh,
I think, right?
Steve Harvey Show, the original Kings of Comedy.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
Okay. He's actually a funny guy.
He is, and his sort of shtick, I guess you would say, on the Family Feud is that, like, they have the question, they're like, name the biggest thing about your husband. And then the fucking contestants go, penis. And he goes, whoa, and his eyes go really big, and he does crazy faces and shit. And
I saw one where it was like, give an example of a name that starts with an H, and some fucking douche said Jose. And he did his crazy eyes,
Yeah, and it's like, the questions are set up
to get these crazy answers, and he acts so fucking surprised that like, well, I can't believe they said that.
What was that
crazy.
One? Give me something you don't like about your wife, and those fucking guys wouldn't answer, and he does the does the slow turn of the camera with the eyes, like zoom in, guys, zoom in on my face.
You guys got anyway, and he has this huge fur caterpillar mustache, like it's just this thick
and Mr. Clean
mustache.
On top.
Yeah, it almost looks like he has a bald cap on.
It does,
and he always wears crazy like.
Shiny suits.
Double-breasted shark skin suits, and
he's the Dapper Don,
and pocket square that matches. Like, I haven't seen him wear the same. He must have a closet just full of 52 suits that he rotates one every week of taping.
He's falling into the shadow.
Right. So part of his new gig, I guess, is this Miss Universe. Sorry,
Miss Universe. Yes.
Now, not to sound like a feminist, but I'm kind of missing the point now of what Miss Universe and Miss America and all these are about. Like, they're all hot. Any average Joe motherfucker like CERN and I would
everybody gets a 10.
I would murder my mom to fuck any of these broads, or at least have them look at my penis. Remember that movie class we took? The teacher wasn't hot, but the one that at Sac State.
Oh,
and this lady had a fucking hard on for she was some crazy feminist, and she Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Firefly? Josh Whedon. She was soaking wet for this guy.
Yeah,
moist.
And oh god, she loved him.
So we'd be like, oh, okay, this week is about lighting. She's like, well, this episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer had great lighting. Like, if this show was so fucking great, Firefly. It wouldn't have been,
Oh, God.
Ridiculous.
It was the worst.
We took so much film classes in school, Cerny. We can get a film minor. We just didn't. I
think you're right. We did a lot of filming.
We just didn't fill the paperwork out.
Well, we did a couple of years of American film, and then we did some foreign.
Black and white early, like me and Cerny fucking have seen. Although, we did take it because they were like, oh, the fucking we'll just fuck around in there, right?
Yeah.
Like, I actually know stuff about movies and things now.
I actually did learn.
The cool thing is like, oh, the very first movie the Moon one that we've seen like 3 times.
From the Loomis Brothers, whatever.
Yeah, like who could say they've seen the first? Like a lot of people.
And the train. Yeah. Who?
Yeah. Well, we have obviously.
We did.
We're so wrong.
Remember when we left halfway through to get the Taco Bell tacos,
and we came back.
Yes.
Oh my god!
I don't know why.
I remember falling asleep a lot in that class.
Yeah.
And what's the statute of limitations on cheating in college? I have my diploma, and it's community college.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's. Someone we know, one of our friends.
I think we're past. I think it's 2 years.
Okay.
It's 2 years.
One of our friends. Let's just pretend it was this movie class that Cerny and I were taking.
Pretend, please.
Let's just hypothetically speaking, and say one of them was at baseball practice or somewhere, getting off work, and this was on the day of the final.
I think they worked at a bank or something.
Anyway, that's beside the point.
Yeah.
And come into the final and sit next to someone he's very friendly with. And the person had already been filling out a Scantron with double answers.
Who was looking at the person next to them? Who was looking at the person next to them? I think there was a train.
There was a train. And then literally I heard. I mean, I don't know personally, but I heard the story that I heard was this person walked in, grabbed the Scantron that was about 80% filled out, bolded in the last remaining questions, and within 5 minutes of entering the final, turned his final in and left. No one said
I think
anything.
I heard the same story.
Yeah, it's a.
But somehow remember the. I think I heard.
Yeah.
That, like telephone, the answers got distorted along the train.
Got disgraded.
Yeah, I think the person at the head of the line got an A, and the person at the back of the train got a B. And we found out it was not the person who came in late.
No,
it was his person he was cheating on.
Oh, yeah. I think. Okay. Yeah,
I think he just got married.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Did the person who came in late got a better grade than the person he was cheating off of?
Yes.
That always is mystifying to me. Yeah, the Batman vs Superman.
Boo.
I think I'll watch it.
I'll watch it.
I'll watch it.
I'll give it its
For the show.
yeah. For the Chip and Churn show.
For the show, we'll watch it. But, and the thing, too, about, now, I wear glasses. Now, let's pretend if I worked at a newspaper and I didn't wear glasses, would you somehow not know who I was? Who I was.
It would be a close call. It would be close.
But his hairstyle's the same. He just took his glasses off and he's wearing a cape with a giant S. And people can't fucking put two and two together. Like, I don't know. Yeah, you don't want to reinvent the wheel, and there is some heightened sense of, disbelief that goes on. But, like...
You look a lot like a guy at Clark Kent.
Right, like, have I seen you before?
You look familiar.
Right, I tried to blow you in the mailroom. I thought you were cute. But, I don't know. No, you're not him. You're not that Clark.
You can't be Clark.
Right. He's
he's a nerd.
too quiet.
He's a nerd. He's a nerd. He cannot be a superhero.
Everything, we're very consistent, if at all anything but consistent.
Yeah.
Something like that. Chip and Cern show.
Chip and Cern
That's
show.
what it is.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors.
Spread it.
Spread it.
Like a virus of some sort.
Virus. You went, I thought you were going to go vagina, and I was going to go, that brings us to the Valentine's Day show.
Okay.
Should we try it again? Spread it like a...
Vagina?
All right, Cerny, good topic. Thank you. Valentine's Day nugget we have here.
Okay.
Now, here's some Chip and Cern tips. If you're thinking of proposing,
okay,
don't be a fucking idiot and do it on Valentine's Day.
Especially if your lady is into it.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay.
Yes.
And why would that be, Chip?
Well, now, when you get married, Cerny, I mean, in my opinion, the frequency of sex is sometimes on the decline. I'm just saying, not in my personal life and not in your personal life. Our sex lives
So we've heard.
In general, sex is not not a super frequent
not
as
every day,
opposed
not
to,
every day.
when you're in a brand new relationship with somebody and you're trying to knock boots 4 times a day.
Yeah.
So Valentine's Day is what some people call a fucking slam dunk.
Yep.
To get get a blowjob, pussy, whatever you want to get.
Yep.
So,
I see where you're going with this.
why do you double up?
Because I would think an anniversary would be the same.
Right. An anniversary is the same. New Year's is probably a good one.
Yeah.
What other holidays are a guaranteed sex?
Oh, I don't know. We need to write these down.
So,
coffee table book.
Oh, I was going to say coffee day. Valentine's Day for sure. Anniversary, probably a birthday.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to get a birthday BJ or something like that.
Okay.
Mother's Day, Father's Day. These are for the
Okay.
women out there. Hooty hoo. We got your back, ladies. And, probably not Pearl Harbor Day. That's probably not a good one.
No.
Okay. So if the point...
4th of July.
Maybe. Anyway, heavy alcohol days.
Alcohol. That's what I'm going for. But anyway, at least Valentine's Day and anniversary are
a guaranteed sex
circle
day.
them on the calendar
Yeah.
as a guarantee.
Now, and that's like, a couple days before, you're fucking trimming your poop cubes up, you're shaving your balls. You don't fuck around.
No.
You're like, okay, the lady, I might get my 3rd blowjob of the year. Let me fucking trim the hedge a bit. You're using Dollar Shave Club on your nuts.
Oh, is that
free
a sponsor?
Plug all. That's all we do here.
That's all
Just
we do.
givers.
We are. Not the Chip and Cern show.
No.
This is the giving tree over here.
Yeah. So, why combine 2 guaranteed sex days into one? Doesn't make any sense to me.
You're robbing yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This ties into love. Porn. During the blizzard in New York, Pornhub, I've never frequented this site.
What is this Pornhub?
I've heard it. Pornhub. I guess it's some sort of tube site for pornography videos.
Okay, makes sense.
They have released these type of things before, like, during Thanksgiving, here's like the most searched queries.
Okay. I've actually heard.
It was like, this is what it was like. Native American big tits or something like this. Like during Thanksgiving, they were looking for like quote unquote Indian. And when I say Indian, I mean like Native American Indian women. And then New York had that huge storm where everyone was snowed in, and they gave like hour by hour breakdown of when people were watching and what people were searching for and stuff. It was pretty. It was interesting, at least to say the least.
So you've heard?
Yeah, I mean, allegedly, I've heard this, and I have, like I said, we've never frequented such a site.
Okay,
We'd be a good sponsor. I'm just saying, and Trojan too. Oh. But
if you, guys, real quick, if you're getting diamond bracelets and shit like that for Valentine's, you're setting yourself up for failure because birthdays, you have
good point.
Other Valentine, you have to keep basically one-upping or keep going and progressing.
Exactly.
So don't do that.
And
usually I try to just go a little bit higher, but I still skim the top. Just a little bit higher, skim the top. Just a little bit. That's always room for improvement.
That's true. That is a good point. And the first, and this is not, I guess this is if you've been dating a little bit.
Yeah.
So you've been dating a chick for 3 years and you kind of have always done a Valentine's Day thing. Yeah. If you're like, oh, okay, now is when I get her the iPad or some shit like that. Like, that's cool. Okay. But now when you get married, besides the ring, she's going to have to get some other fat shit. Like, you're going to have to buy a fucking MacBook for her. Before you know it, she's going to want a fucking Tesla in her driveway.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Side note.
Already?
It's temporary side note already. I do a lot of football pools. I did some squares. Yeah. So I bet on the Seahawks.
Okay. It's a good bet.
Underdogs, I think, at that moment in time.
Okay. I mean, that sounds like a good. That's okay.
I then bet on the Cardinals, and that didn't work out either. So I was all, well, fuck. I'm taking the easy money here. I'm taking fucking Panthers.
And they
motherfuckers.
They deep dicked you.
Oh yeah. And not even get my squares either. I had backup bets for squares. Couldn't hit that.
The squares. I mean, it's such a luck. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to the squares, but for sure you'll get the 6 and 4. Those are the ones that you have, and you're like, I'm not gonna fucking win.
So I played. I had several different charts going. I played a work one, where they do it by quarter. So you have
that's the best way to do it.
So I had 7 and 3.
Solid
for the first quarter.
Nice little field goal TD.
3 Denver, 7 Carolina.
Okay.
Denver goes down, kicks field goals. Like, come on, Cam, let's get a 6-minute drive going, and we'll get a TD. And that's when I believe he fumbled. And I went, well, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And then what comes back around? 3 and 7 at halftime. That really
is that the big? Is that the big money there?
$500 a quarter.
Woo! How much are these squares?
$25
each.
Yeah, so I got one square. That was.
I mean, it doesn't.
Some guys were getting 8 squares. Like,
Jesus,
that's a little rich for my money.
Yeah, like, well, I don't care about getting paid next week. I'm gonna hit on one of these squares, so it won't matter. Yeah. Now, some people kind of like this, like, damn, he's super cocky, and they like this stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, myself included, are like, fuck him. That's kind of, like, just be good and just be a little bit humble about it. That's not a humble thing to do.
Let your game talk for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, it doesn't bother me all that much when he does he dabs or whatever. That to me, he's not running the fucking Dallas Star spiking the ball like T.O.
Yeah.
That was clown. If your celebration takes more than
a couple
45 seconds,
right.
then
get the fuck
out of there.
Yeah.
But his just a quick. No, that's fine for me.
Oh, I actually like his dab thing. That's pretty.
Yeah. It doesn't bother me, but
the thing that bothers me about NFL players is, and granted the D line or whatever, whenever they get a sack or even like an assist sack or whatever it is now, they act like. They fucking, stop the terrorist attack or something.
But even when they're losing, they're down by 40. 45 points. And
you're down by 3 TDs, and you fucking sack the third string quarterback. He gets up and like, whoa, motherfucker, like, busting out his fucking shirt and shit. You're like, dude,
easy.
Just sack him. Be like, peace out to your mom or whatever, and then fucking whatever.
No.
Now, what was fun at the Super Bowl party I was at was like, you guys watched Making a Murder? This is a little sidebar. And if you haven't, we have a series, a 3-episode series over almost 3 hours of content about Making a Murder.
Which is actually, it sounds too long. The actual series
I've never heard
about
that
10
before.
hours.
Yeah.
So
we spared
we
you.
did your favor. We did your 7-hour favor. And actually, I think our rendition is better.
Yeah. Well,
in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not biased or anything, but
No.
go on.
It's perfectly unbiased. And, you see Making a Murder? Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, yeah, that fucking Avery guy's so guilty. And people like look at you like, you fucking crazy ass. It's just a good way to just stir the pot at the Super Bowl.
Staring, I want to fight you.
Like, can you believe he put her in the Raw 4 and like bled all over her?
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy.
Can you believe it?
And then, okay, so that was the
actually bled all
halftime
over
show.
her.
Yeah.
Now, let's go back to this just real quick. If the Panthers would have stopped the 2-point conversion, it would have been because when they scored the touchdown and they went for 2. The Broncos went for 2. If they'd have stopped the 2-point conversion,
Okay.
$100 in Stern's pocket.
Now, okay, I needed them to fail the 2-point. So I think
we were the same.
I had 4 and
Simpatico.
Something.
Yeah.
So when you have, this is the nice thing about squares is you don't have to know anything about football. You just put your money down, and you have the same odds as everyone else.
Yes.
So you get some weird numbers, and you're like, oh, hold on. Pick 6, miss point after thing, then a safety. I'm in the money. I'm in the money.
You just start doing crazy shit.
Yeah. You're like
2 safeties in a row. I'm talking safety. They kick it off. Interception. Safety.
Okay, I need to figure out how for them to get 11 points. You start doing all this crazy hypothetical stuff, and it makes it exciting to actually watch the game.
I need 6 fucking field goals in a row.
You could do it. The kicker's leg would fall off. I want to be in the money. Now, we did...
I was fans were chanting for a field goal of like 70-yarder. Break the fucking record. Go and line them up.
Do it. It's the Super Bowl.
Come on, coach. Don't fucking punt.
He's out of his range by 42 yards. Fucking do it. Take chances. This is a Super Bowl.
The winds at your back are good. And then said,
so you were already in the
don't
green.
Even pay me out. Roll it into squares.
And that's what you do. This is what a non-gambling person does is, oh, okay, I bought a scratcher for fun for $1 or $2.
Yeah.
Oh, I got $1. Just throw it in for
roll it over.
Yeah. Type of thing. And then I have a liquor store. This is a sidebar. It's going to happen. People deal with it.
This is the first one on the show. So.
And you will see the lottery tickets. I'm sure you see this at the gas station, literally right outside the door.
Oh, yeah.
The further you get from the place that you purchased it and scratch, or the proximity is how big of an addict you are to gambling. If you haven't even kicked the door open to Chevron and you're like got your fucking lucky penny and you're like, God damn it, and you throw your scratcher out the fucking 2 steps outside the door, you got a fucking problem.
You scratch it and then you turn right around.
Right.
I would like to redeem my ticket.
Right.
What the fuck?
Now, I've bought a scratcher before for my wife or for me. And it's sat around the house for a couple days. I'm sure that bugs the shit out of some people, but it doesn't fucking matter to me.
I'm the same.
It's $1.
I bought my wife some, and we've won I think it was $5.
Right.
I think it sat on the mantle for a week, and then I was like, "The fuck is? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go get $5.
Get a soda." Okay, sure enough. So first, I think we had Lemmy of Motorhead fame die.
Yes.
Now, I'm not a huge Motorhead fan. I know one of their songs, and you can kind of distinctly. Yeah. They have a distinct sound to them, and they have an umlaut in their name. Yeah. Now, Lemmy was famous for.
They do.
Saying for 7 years straight, he drank a bottle of Jack Daniels a day.
Well,
He died of cancer. So, I don't even... Could
the
you
epitome
do
of health
that?
was that?
I couldn't do it. I mean,
Do
you know when the last
bottle of Jack in a year?
you know the last time I had Jack Daniels was?
I can't remember the last time I had it.
This is my bachelor party. We won't discuss that.
No,
Anyway.
no.
But that was the last time. And I booted that night, which isn't a
Right
surprise.
after the shot.
That's enough, Sonny. That's enough. Less than a week after Bowie died, Glenn Frey of the Eagles died.
That's right.
And of Miami Vice. Now, I'm a huge Eagles fan. Not the football team. But, I had really gotten into them. We had seen them play in 2014, so that was kind of cool with Don Henley and all them.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
And it was good. So that's kind of a bummer. And he didn't strike me as like he died of like arthritis complications or something.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. It was like a
Pneumonia and
string of
arthritis.
things. Yeah, pneumonia. Pneumonia
That always
strikes
gets
a lot.
you, man. That's why I wear a coat all the time. So that way I don't want to get cold.
Now, for me, if they say Slash or Axl Rose died, it would be a podcast of me sobbing into the mic for an
Now
hour.
we never brought this up, but they're supposed to reunite.
They are.
Are you getting tickets if they come?
If they're coming this way,
Let's see.
I'll be front row with my shirt off.
I'd like to be there.
I
And who was the other guy that died? I didn't even know. Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Maurice, what was his name? I forget.
White.
White, yes.
Okay. Now, Cerny, I'm on the Guns N' Roses, and I'm not seeing anything about Slash coming back. I'm still seeing...
I'm keeping the faith that he is coming back.
Well, they're playing Coachella in April. And that's pretty much it. So...
They
We'll
are an 80s band. Maybe they're not hip with the whole website thing. I don't know. Magic Box.
We haven't updated. Can you update the site? Like, who do you think Axl has to tell to update his site to like get his new?
That is a good question.
Can you add the? We're going on tour, mate. You don't have fucking tour dates on here. So Bowie died, and everyone's boo-hooing about that. And
yes.
I see and Facebook has this trending box in the upper right.
Always.
All the fucking clickbait bullshit's all up in there. This one says,
"You won't believe what happened next."
Sucked whose dick? It said Bowie Jagger had sexual encounter. Now, that headline, what do you think in your head? I think that
a gay
Mick Jagger
session, yeah.
blew Bowie, or
Yeah.
they fucked, and
Yeah.
No, they had
They had to experiment with some drugs.
right. It doesn't make you a bad person. Just try it out, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I must read more about this. This is a fascinating fucking article.
Great clickbait.
So I clicked
Give
into
that
it.
guy a raise.
And then the actual headline is David Bowie had a coke-fueled closet threesome with Mick Jagger, his
Closet. What's that
bodyguard,
mean? Is it physically in a closet?
physically in a closet with the. No, this is all alleged,
three-way.
allegedly. They
How
put-
big is this fucking closet?
I don't know how big's his cock. That's what I want to know. So this was in the David Bowie's bodyguard. They had a walk-in wardrobe three-way with Mick Jagger and a famous female singer who's unnamed. Apparently there was other females going by and like knew what was happening, and they said, I have to be in there. Like they wanted to get fucked by these two. Which, to be honest,
That sounds amazing.
like... Would you sing Honky Tonk Woman to me, Mick? Whilst plowing me butthole. And that's arguably 2 out of the top 10 most famous rock stars that ever lived.
Yes.
And they got you on the rotisserie. Now,
Wow.
that's something. Coke fueled, I'm not as surprised by that.
No. He could have died right there.
Yeah. This is in the mid-'70s, and the bodyguard said, David told me to wait outside and make sure they weren't disturbed. And they were in the closet for 20 minutes, came out with big smiles. It was obvious what was going on. Giants and Mets for 2016, I see here.
Sports books playing the even year
Yeah.
pandemonium.
Oh, the Giants are the only team to open with a win total of 90. The Cubs at 89. Mets at 88. Now, the Cubs. I wish we could... Do we have any friends that are Cubs fans that can
I have
do some
somebody-
explaining?
I have somebody at work, not a friend. He probably doesn't listen to the past. Probably doesn't listen to the cast, but he's a Cubs fan. He was running his mouth, talking to me about the Giants, and the last email exchange we got was he said enjoy Cueto. You'll love him on DL, and I said, well, same for Hayward for you, and
It's true.
I don't think anybody alive today has seen the Cubs win the World Series.
No.
Not one person alive on the face of the earth.
And they just hold... It's like every season, they think it's their year.
Yeah.
I don't know...
When he started blaming it on farm animals, like a goat, come on.
Or some guy that randomly reaches over and steals the ball from Moises Alou. What's going to happen? Chapman of the Reds
Oh, that's right.
was going to sign. He ended up signing with the Yankees for pretty much $11.5 million. But right when he was going to sign, they found out that 2 months ago he shot 6 bullets into his fucking garage and beat his wife.
Yeah. That's
And
right.
they're like, "Whew, let's pump the brakes on this guy."
Hold on a second. He's being investigated. I don't know.
He threw 62 of the fastest pitches in the major league last year, ranging from 300.92 miles per hour to 200.36 miles per hour.
Where's this stat? I think it was 105.
You think he hit 105?
Yeah.
I mean, that could be the fastest pitch he's thrown. I'm just saying last year, according to ESPN.
What, 300? What?
Huh?
You said 300.
103.
Oh, 103. You said 300 and 200. Okay.
I'm sorry. That niggle has gone up to my head.
I was like 300.
300
Holy
miles an hour.
fuck. He knocked the catcher back to the fucking backstop.
What would that just burn? It would probably cause a fire in his.
There'd be
mitt.
literally flames like an asteroid coming from the ball. Holy shit. Okay.
He's left-handed. It would go in there. And just whatever River Cats. What's the cheapest ticket? Yeah, we'll take 2.
Yeah, we'll take
It didn't matter, and we just fucking go sit next to the dugout if we wanted.
wherever.
And we'd go catch the hot dogs out of the gun and all this stuff. Like, it was just fun to kind of go, and we would,
Yeah.
you know, was that when I had my rental car and we were ripping Brodies in the
Yes,
parking
it
lot,
was.
peppering
Spraying
BMWs.
rocks all over the parking lot. Sorry.
Yeah, we had a lot of rental cars that I would go at like every 2 weeks and trade it in. I'm like, sweet, look, this one has a sport
Mazda.
mode.
It was
yeah,
Mazda.
that was a good one.
You're welcome, Mazda.
Yeah, that was good.
Remember Rippin' Brody's at the dog park?
The one
That
in
was on Billsville?
Roseville?
Yeah.
I think so. Was that in my car, the Explorer?
No, that was the rental.
Another rental car.
Yeah.
Wow, what did we do? What happened?
You had an accident, but that's why you had the rental.
Oh,
car.
yeah. I was like, we got in an accident there?
No.
I forgot about that.
No, I
That would
remember
be
it was like
something.
under construction, and we said,
Oh, right.
open field,
Open field.
let's go.
I mean, it's like any kid now. It's like we thought. I remember how silly I was when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And finding, and you know, not to tie it back to the beginning of the show, but you like come across a David Bowie song, and you're like, "This is the greatest thing ever." It really speaks to me.
Yeah.
And then you go and you tell an adult who's like 45, and you're like, "Have you heard of Space Oddity?" Like, isn't that really cool? And they're like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I heard about it 30 years ago. And you're like, I just found out about it. It's the greatest thing ever. It's like, oh, we just found out how to spin a Brody in our rental car. And so we do it all the weekend. Every weekend.
Every weekend.
Your horn was like malfunctioning.
Yes.
And you would just be driving and it would be going off.
Going on. Driving down.
Just driving down a street and it's just...
Can you turn it off? Nope.
Nope.
And
honking at everybody around me.
And then I remember being in the car with you, and it actually turned off for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then you stopped at a light, and I hit your horn, and it went off again. And
it was stuck. Yeah. I'm like, oh, fuck.
That was.
I think we had to open the hood and disconnect it.
What was the? Did we ever figure out what the issue was with that?
I don't remember. I think I disconnected it and never connected it back.
Yeah. Now, speaking of car horns, I have been abusing mine in my car. Okay. In San Francisco, I'm so impatient with people.
Yes.
If you don't go at the fucking split second off the thing, and we talked about this in one of the Nuggets, the Super Bowl city is really fucking up the downtown.
Yeah.
So I'm like, go to pick my wife up from work in the car, and people there'll be a red light, but they would have tried to goose it through the intersection, and there's so much traffic. So there's only 2 lanes to go forward, and the car's blocking both lanes. I will roll right up to them and just put my hand on the horn and will not let it go. And they're like, and you could see the shift of their eye. They're not turning their body, and I'm just honk. And if my wife's in the car with me and we're driving and I'm doing this, she's like, okay, they get it. Stop, Chipper, stop. They get it. And I'm like, I'm going to try to empty my horn. Like somehow there's a noise thing and it's only good for 30 seconds. I want to empty it at one point.
I am not allowed to drive. Apparently, my wife.
In San Francisco or forever?
Forever. With my wife in the car.
Okay.
She doesn't like my driving. Anyway.
Interesting.
So I take it upon myself, like we were stopped at a light.
Okay.
Or in a shopping center or something, because it's one of those shopping centers, parking lots that leads to a light, so it's just backed up. Someone was trying to go around us. It was something. Kind of honking the horn, giving my wife a what the fuck. But it wasn't, my wife was not in the wrong.
Yeah.
And she's like shrugging her shoulders. I said, lean back. Lean back. This person needs the fucking finger. So I lean back. So I give the finger, and the lady looks at me and said, you finger. Fuck yourself. And the lady just put her head down. I said, that's how you do it.
The feet.
That's how you do it.
Now, I haven't been giving the finger out in a while. I don't know.
This was more of a facial exchange.
Okay.
And my wife's sitting there trying to, almost apologize. No, we're not apologizing. We're not doing anything wrong. Lean back.
They need to know
this person's going to know.
Now, I felt like, and I said I've been using the horn a lot. There's a 4-corner stop. I'm going to turn left on a one-way street.
Okay.
Now, there's a car in front of us, and he won't turn left. You can turn left into 4 lanes. And I, again, am just laying on my horn. And this is at night. It's a little foggy. The marine layer settled in.
Yeah.
And my wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, they won't fucking go. This is annoying. There's 4 lanes. Like, they can go. And she goes, there's someone crossing the street. And there's, like, a family in the crosswalk. And I was just laying on my horn for this person to go.
Whoops.
And they were... And I was like, oh. And I was like, I'm sorry. I just like gave him a hand like, oh my God. And then I think I went straight because I couldn't even bear to turn. I hadn't felt that bad in a while. And there's someone crossing, the way she said it, there's someone crossing the street. And I was like, oh, it was dark and I couldn't see them. And I think there was a stroller. I was like, oh.
Oops.
Whoopsie-daisy. Whoopsie-daisy, as I would like to call that one. There's a certain one of our friends, Joe. We'll just fucking call you out right now, you son of a bitch.
Supposed super fan.
Alleged super fan, but there has been no evidence of such.
Yeah. So if you punch me next time I see you, I know you listen. But
a free open, now hopefully not like a Houdini thing.
Yeah. Don't hit my appendix.
Just an arm,
a
dead leg.
Yeah. Vulcan thigh slugger.
Vulcan thigh slugger is tough because you have to contract your quad and your hamstring to get up. But if the quad's frozen, you can't get up from that.
No shin busters. No eagle beaks.
Shin busters. Eagle beaks have been illegal for over a decade. Everyone knows this.
Open back will be okay.
Oh,
I'm taking it. I'm hedging my bet because I bet you he doesn't listen.
Oh.
Supposed super fan.
Alleged superfan Joe, you don't listen. And you're a son of a bitch for not listening. Now, if you, for some reason, are still interested in hearing more of what we have to say after that episode, Cerny, where
Chip and Cern Show, anything. Chip and Cern Show, Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.
Okay. Tell me more about this.
So if you I like these guys, I want to donate to maybe
support their cause.
Help take the burden off their back a little bit. Maybe get some shit, stickers, shirts.
More for getting shit.
Yeah, just get some shit.
So stickers, hoodies. Cern and I have a list going of other kind of cool swag and shit we'll give you.
Dream, if someone gives us $1,000, what would we
poster? A nude calendar. Cerny offered to do a nude 12-month calendar.
I would.
And stickers. Pledge $1 a month, and you get some stickers. You
Maybe
can pledge
a guest spot, a shout out, something.
That is on Patreon.com/Chip and Cern. And like Cerny mentioned, Chip and Cern Show on any podcast aggregator,
iTunes,
thing, whatever you name it.
Was it Lisbon?
Yes, and anything Chip and Cern.
Just Google Chip and
shit.
Cern Show, and something will come up that will fit your needs.
Absolutely, your needs, your desires, your wants. Poop. And we really appreciate you guys listening and spreading the word. It really means a lot to us. Thank you. Kindly.
It does.
And until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And cheers.